Desiree with theastrologyaddiction.com, and thank you so much for watching. Today I'm going to be doing Venus through the 12 zodiac signs. So I will start off with Aries and a Venus in Aries. Now I actually have this placement. Aries is a fire sign, it is a cardinal sign, and it is masculine. So people who have Venus in Aries are quick to fall in love and quick to fall in lust. They make impulsive decisions based on, their desires. So they're not afraid of that. They're not afraid of commitment or afraid of, just trying new things, dating different kinds of people. They're pretty adventurous when it comes to love, and they really value and respect someone who is ambitious, powerful, confident, goes for what they want. They wouldn't really like someone who kind of beats around the bush or doesn't ask them like on a date. They want to be pursued. They want to feel like, they're chasing you and that you are chasing them, and that the desire is mutual. So that is Venus in Aries. Now Venus in Taurus. Taurus is a feminine sign. It's a fixed sign and it's ruled by Venus. Taurus is a sign that if you have your Venus there, you will value possessions, material things. You'll value stability and people who say, do what they say they're going to do. They might not find, spontaneity as attractive. They prefer more of a reliable person who is, straightforward with what they want and goes for what they want. So a Taurus Venus would definitely prefer to have a person in their life who dresses really well, who smells really good. They appreciate the physical senses. They like things that are soft. So, wearing nice clothes, lingerie, silk, and for a male, matching your colors, coordinating and things like that, having a really nice cologne. Those are all really attractive things to someone with a Venus in Taurus. They would also really like if you bought them presents or gifts to show your affection, because they value material items and status and things like that. So if you can show them that you know how to make a living and how to take care of them potentially, they will probably be more attracted to you. Now, Venus in Gemini. So this is actually my fiance. He has Venus in Gemini. And this person really values a good communicator. They want someone who they can joke with, they can banter with, they can have intellectual conversations. They want someone who can match them on that level. They want someone who pushes them and challenges them, and every conversation they have, they can go a little bit deeper into an idea, and they kind of like to play in that regard. They can be really big flirts, and they can really like when you flirt with them, and when you joke with them, make them laugh. They can be very funny, and they just really value that intellectual stimulation. So if you're not able to provide that, it'll be something that may come up through the relationship, but definitely something to do for Gemini Venus would be to text them a lot and send them, funny things throughout the day. They like constant communication. They like to kind of always be in touch with you, and the person that they're, desiring, they want to just have a really high level of communication and want to talk to you all the time. Now, a Venus in Cancer, these people are much softer. They value someone that is nurturing. They value someone who can be kind of like a mother figure, someone who cooks really well, who keeps a home nice, who has a safe environment for them to come and express themselves. They value security. They value comfort. They will be more attracted to someone who is confident and chases them. They probably wouldn't be the type of person that would go out and chase people and just tell everyone that they want to be with them, because that might hurt them in the end, and they are very guarded in that way, so they don't want to put themselves out there if it's not reciprocated. So they will be more attracted to someone who shows them attention and shows them the affection, and they value someone who is reliable and someone who doesn't lie to them, someone who is just a protector. They want to be nuzzled up under you in your little blanket and kept safe. So if you can provide those things to a Cancer Venus, that will be very attractive to them. Now, Venus and Leo. Venus and Leos love attention. They love affection. They love gifts. They love compliments. So you definitely want to, if you're trying to get a Leo's attention, compliment them, tell them how much you're interested in them and how much you like them, and show them that affection that they want. They have a really fiery way of connecting, so they want it to be something where, you know, you're complimenting them, they're complimenting you, you might buy them a gift and they'll buy you a gift. Like, they're very giving and they're very loyal, but they do have, you know, somewhat of a temper as well, because they're so loyal and they want that from you. So if you're not able to give them everything and to only give your attention to them, it will turn them off right away and they will shut down. So you definitely don't want to be like liking people's pictures on social media or talking to anyone else, because that will make them jealous, and then they can just kind of shut you off and kind of move on from there, and the romance will die, because they just need so much attention and they need that validation from you. So if you're not validating them, they can get insecure, and, you know, from experience, they probably will just, you know, ghost you or something. Now, Venus in Virgo. Virgos really appreciate people who are intelligent, like intellectuals. They want to have a good conversation with you. They don't want to be with someone just for physical appearance or for superficial things. They want someone who has some depth to them. They also are pretty critical of people, so they don't like a lot of people. They might be the type of person who's more picky. So if they're kind of giving you the eye or showing you attention, that's a really great sign that they could be interested in you. They also appreciate someone who works really hard, who is reliable, dedicated, you know, does things when they say they're going to do things. Someone who's good with money, and someone who can take care of them too. Virgos are, you know, the sign of the servant. So they want to take care of you, but they also want you to take care of them. They want to know that that will be mutual. So they're usually looking for someone who's more of a life partner, but they also like kind of power dynamics. So they can like situations where maybe someone is like in control of them or telling them what to do, bossing them around. So they can often get into relationships with like their bosses or people in their life that are not really like the norm. You know, they can often find those people attractive and find themselves in situations like that. Now, Venus in Libra. Libra is a cardinal sign, and it is a feminine sign, and it's an air sign. So air signs always like communication. So a Libra will also really value someone who's a good communicator, who talks to them a lot. You know, they want someone, social media, that is kind of talking to them all day, maybe sending messages or pictures or just funny things. They really appreciate that. They really like attention. They really like someone who has their life together and has their money together. Libras are attracted to Venusian things. Libras are ruled by Venus, so they want to be with someone who's attractive. They want to be with someone who other people think is attractive. They are very focused on relationships, so it's a really big part of who they are, and they value those connections. They will probably have big groups of friends. They will probably have dated quite a few people throughout their life, and you know, they like to be with someone. They're usually not like someone who is single for very long. They like to go on dates. Dating apps is something that a Libra Venus would probably really like. Libra Venus says they know what they want and they go after what they want. If they set their eyes on someone and they're attracted to them and they want to be with them, you know, they will do everything in their power to do so. They're great salespeople. They are great negotiators. So in the relationship realm, you know, you're selling yourself. You are wanting to capture, you know, that your object of desire, basically. So Libras are really great at that, and they don't give up. They love relationships. They would want a partner who is very communicative and can speak well, you know, who texts in full like sentences and says the words clearly and spells right. You know, they really like those types of things. They want to be with someone who is smart and who is an intellectual and who is balanced, who has their life together, who they don't have to come and save. You know, they can be very picky because they value beauty. So they want to be with someone who superficially looks really good and who other people desire, who other people think looks good. They might not be attracted to someone who is just by like society standards ugly, because they think it would reflect back on them, and just that it wouldn't be someone that they would be attracted to for a long period of time. So that is your Libra Venus. Now, Scorpio Venus, my grandmother has this. Scorpio Venuses are very intense, of course. They want a commitment from you. They want someone who is there for them, who gives them everything, who, you know, doesn't leave them. They have a fear of being left sometimes. I think of Venus in Scorpio is, you know, they don't just jump into relationships because they're very like cynical sometimes, but when they find the right person and they can trust them, especially, they will definitely dive in. You don't want to lie to a Scorpio Venus because, you know, most of the time they will find out, and they're attracted to people who are a little bit more interesting. You know, they're not afraid of that darkness that people have, so they can be attracted to more, you know, esoteric types of people, or more dark people who, you know, are not just happy all the time, or who are not always in the spotlight. They don't need to be with the person who is like famous, or who has the most attention, or who is socially, you know, like the president of their sorority or whatever it may be. They like people who are more in the shadows and who you know, are kind of behind the scenes. They don't need to be with someone who is just out on the scene for everybody to see, basically, or who's been with everybody. They can be more particular in that way, but have a really intense love, and they can be great partners long term because they have that fixed energy, so they're able to stick it out with what they commit to. Now, with Sagittarius Venus, this person is going to have a love nature that is very like unrealistic almost. They see people that they are falling in love with as like the gods or goddesses, and they are just not able to stop. They can't, it's hard for them to kind of come back down to reality because they have such big, grand, hopeful ideas of love and what love should be. You know, if you think of like kids who get like messed up by these Disney movies that have princesses finding their prince, this is the Sag Venus. Like, they will get so fixated and locked in on an idea of what love is that it's hard for them to just go back to like being okay and comfortable with something that is more normal. They want something that is extravagant, over the top. They want someone who does things for them, you know, that you only see like in the movies or on TV. And even with social media, you know, you can see things every day that are so extravagant and so amazing and beautiful, and so these people will want that, and they won't settle for anything less. So they can sometimes be single for longer periods of time because they want to search and see what's out there. They love travel. Venus in Sag, they can love to study. They can love to you know, learn new things, learn about new cultures. They can definitely love to be a part of like organizations like a religious organization or some type of a community organization. They are pretty social, and they enjoy exploring. So they definitely want someone who is fun and exciting and passionate. Now, your Capricorn Venus, these people like power. They are attracted to people who are the CEOs of companies, CFOs, they are stockbrokers, they're attracted to people who have done something with their lives. You know, they've built something. They are like business owners. So they want someone who is really motivated in that regard and ambitious. They are attracted to money. They're attracted to stability. They don't want to be with someone who is stupid or even creative. You know, they're just not really attracted to those types of people. They want to be with someone who is more serious, and that is more that just takes life serious, and that has things to show for it. You know, they want to be picked up in the Rolls Royce and taken out to the most fancy dinner just because they think that they deserve that. You know, they think that they want the best and they deserve the best, and no one's to say that they don't, but they have a more difficult time settling for kind of like reality-based relationships until they get older. And I think once they get older, they can definitely kind of realize, especially after the Saturn return, I think they can realize that, you know, love is, there's so much more to it than just the power and what people think of it and the gifts that they receive and things like that. So Capricorn Venuses can also be people who really enjoy to work and who enjoy to make their home really nice. They're an earth sign, so they can enjoy, you know, the physical things in life. Now in Aquarius Venus, these people are attracted to different, unique things. They're attracted to people who are not just standard average people. They want someone who is extraordinary, and they don't like people who are boring. You know, they don't like to settle down. They're not the first sign that, you know, the first Venus sign that I would say is built for marriage. They're more wanting like a unique partnership. They might be more comfortable with situations where they're not tied down to one person. Maybe they're in a relationship that's open, or in a, you know, multiple person type of a relationship. Aquarius Venuses also need to be with someone who is stable and who has you know, who has built something of their life, because, I mean, Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn, so they also want someone who has a little bit of that power and who is intelligent, who they can communicate really well with and express themselves to in that way. So they want that perfect mix of, you know, different uniqueness and someone who has their life together. They're not the average Venus sign, but they're definitely very interesting. You know, they appreciate different dimensions of people, and they can accept you for who you are a lot more easily than some of the other signs, because they just they look into that differentness and they like it, you know. They want someone a little weird. Now your Pisces Venus. Pisces is a great place for Venus. It's a feminine sign and it's a water sign. So Venus and Pisces will be very caring and emotional. They will like people who they can be creative with and do fun things together. They'll want someone who understands them emotionally and that makes them feel safe in that way. But they also want someone that they can just kind of blend with and merge with, and that they don't have to worry about boundaries. They don't want to worry about someone who is too rigid or too strict, or who is too worried about their social status. You know, they want someone who's more intuitive. They want someone that they can just be safe with. They want someone that they can express their feelings to and that wants to do the same. You know, they do like to communicate, but sometimes their communication is more on the physical level. So they might not always be the best vocal communicators, but they want to be around people who are in tune with that intuitive sense of communication, because they might not know how to express themselves all the time. Your Venus in Pisces is also someone who is a great partner. You know, they are very caring. They don't look at the surface level of things. They're not superficial. They are not interested in those things. They will date anyone from any walk of life, any culture, any just anything, because they want to get to know the real person. So I wouldn't say there's anything specific that they are really attracted to, besides like creativity. Maybe someone who you can see on the outside does a lot of art or something like that, maybe has like different hair or wears unique clothes in that way. They would probably be attracted to that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I actually have a discount code going on right now for readings for 2020 in my description box, and if you're interested in booking with me, please click that link. And thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.